Abundance can come in all forms. It can come in a very many different ways. If you want greater abundance in your life, you have to start connecting on a higher level vibration with the abundance that you desire. Because if you go down to their level of energy of aggravation, that negative energy is what you're taking on. My name is Catherine Arkema. Welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. We are going to be talking about the impression of increase. And what does this mean? So, when we think about doing our work, when we think about manifestation, and we think about the law of attraction, a lot of people that I work with will come to me and they'll say, I want to create more wealth in my business, or I want to create more of a better relationship. And so there's all areas of our life that we want to improve: health, relationship, finances, our success in business, our success in life. And we look directly to a source, right? So especially let's key this in to financial, so to business, because a lot of people that I work with come to me and they want to increase their success in their business. They'd like a greater income. And so they know that there are things that are holding them back between what they should be doing and what they're not doing, and how do they bridge that gap. But that's a whole other lesson. But what I want to talk about is that they get so focused in on, the manifestation and the abundance coming directly from the source in which they work. But when we're talking about manifestation, we're talking about the law of attraction, we're talking about increase, we have to let go of the how and where it's going to come from. We have to look at manifestation in the sense that we are starting to control our thinking, right? And by controlling our thinking, by producing thoughts that we want to see in our life. So, maybe it's an increased growth in your business. So when we think about the increased growth of the business, regardless of what's going on, we have to start producing the thoughts that we wish to see desired, right? Regardless of circumstances, regardless of your bank account maybe not looking the way you wanted it to, or your business growth not being the way that you wanted it to, or sales for the month. So we need to let go of that. And we need to start using our imagination to create the images of what we do want. We need to start affirming the beliefs of what we do want to see. And then through that practice, what happens is our subconscious mind says, okay, I'm starting to listen. Because at first, especially if it's a big goal, your subconscious mind might say, I don't necessarily believe this, right? So it takes affirmation and repetition with emotion to change our subconscious beliefs. Our subconscious beliefs is our paradigm. Our paradigm lives there. And it's just a multitude of our habits and our beliefs. So when we start working on this, and when we start, changing these beliefs and seeing action, most people are expecting that if they're visualizing more abundance, maybe they're visualizing a certain amount of money, that it'll come from their business because they start taking more action in their business. They start changing their beliefs around their business. But here's the thing I want to show you or teach you is that abundance can come in all forms. It can come in a very many different ways. I heard an incredible story about a woman who was practicing all of these manifestation, change of thoughts, law of attraction, allowing her spirit to work, following intuition. And she manifested everything she wanted: her car, her house, the income. And what she came to realize is that the manifestation didn't necessarily come directly through her business. When she was open to receiving, it came in so many different ways. And as most of you know, in this group, I work with Bob Proctor with his organization. And the program Thinking into Results is all about changing our thinking so that we can start manifesting more of the good that we desire. But I always say to my clients, let go of the how it will come to you, because when you start putting out good, it's going to come back to you. And that leads us to today, into the impression of increase. So when we talk about abundance can come in many forms: love, wealth, prosperity. It comes in just an overflow in our life. And we start to see the abundance of our life improving. When people get into this program and they start working through understanding how their thoughts are controlling it, there's a freedom that's found because they realize that they can change the results by changing their patterns of thinking and changing their patterns of belief. And we uncover an enormous amount of beliefs that are blocking us from our success. So when I talk about the impression of increase, this is a really really simple thing that you can start putting into action to start seeing better things show up. Okay. So we talk about positive thing. You just think positive, but sometimes that you're like, well, I'm thinking positive, but yeah, you're just holding on to this nugget of grudge inside of you, right? So I want you to start to think about it this way. You are a door, and whatever energy you send out through it has to come back and be filled in. You see, energy has to be replaced with like energy. If something is negative, think about a magnet. A magnet has a positive and a negative pole on it, right? It always does. Well, everything does. Everything has a positive and a negative. Any situation, any thought, any energy, there's always a negative and a positive to everything. You can't just take away the positive, right? Or the negative. You can't just chop it off. No, there's always a negative, positive pole. So I want you to think about the energy that you're putting out. If you're putting out negative energy must replace the negative energy by law that you sent out. It has to be equal and like. So water is not attracted to oil. It's water to water, right? Just like the energy, the vibrations that you send out are the same. So when I say energy, I want you to think about it as your feelings, your reactions. That vibrational level that you send out, you take back. And I mentioned this before, when you walk into a room and somebody is in there with a really negative energy, you can feel it. You feel how that impacts you. And so you're like, whoa, you feel it long before they even have to say anything. Maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's a family member. They come home, kids come home from grumpy from school. They just, they drop their stuff and you're like, just, whoo, bad day at school, right? You can feel it before anything is even said. Well, the same is true for us. And so how do we start up leveling our vibration? Because essentially, if you want greater abundance in your life, you have to start connecting on a higher level vibration with the abundance that you desire. Because right now you're running at, say you're earning $1,000. You're earning $1,000, right? And you want to increase that to 10,000. If you're constantly doing everything at the same energetic intensity, the same vibration, the same feeling, the same belief as when you're doing it with like what you think about 1,000 and you're trying to go after 10,000, that vibrational energy doesn't match. So what we need to do is increase our belief by visualization, through meditation, repetition, affirmations, to change that vibration level on the inside. So we start thinking about this $10,000, this income. And as we do that, our vibration level increases. And when we do that, through the law of cause and effect, whatever action you take while holding those vibrations must come back to you. Okay, it gets into a little bit of science, but I'm going to try to just keep this on the uppity up, not get too complex. But here it is. When you want to up level your vibration and you're trying to manifest a bigger goal, you need to increase your level of vibration, your level of belief. Have you ever experienced it where you just feel so good and everything seems to be going right? Right? Where you wake up and the day just is incredible. Everything is going your way. And you're like, I don't know. It's just been an amazing day because everything went my way. Why is that? Because the energy level in which you're putting back is attracting equal and like energy to you. And so that comes in the form of your circumstances, your environment, the people, the places, the things that are coming to you. So what our goal is to up level our vibration on a more continual basis. And the more you can do that and connect with your goal, the faster you can bring it to you. So leaving people with the impression of increase. When you see somebody doing something well, compliment them, build them up, tell them how great they do at that. Why is that? Well, if we are energy and we're a door, and whatever I send out, I get back, and you're wanting to improve your life, and you see somebody in business doing exactly what you would love to do but are not there yet, then compliment them. Get fascinated about them. Tell them how great they are. Applaud them. Be the biggest cheerleader. Why? If that's the energy that you wish for yourself, then you need to be sending it out to others. The givers gain. And by giving, I don't mean necessarily financial. And if you do give financial, it will come back to you, just not necessarily in financial form. It's going to come back in the way of an abundant form back. So think about the energy that you give out as the most important thing that you can do, even when somebody is bothering you. Because if you go down to their level of energy of aggravation, that negative energy is what you're taking on. You're blocking the things that you want. You're bringing more frustration into your life. And this is why people stay in that circle of results where, they don't like a situation and they're like, I don't like it. I don't like it. And all they keep doing is looking at the same situation that they don't like and keep affirming, I don't like this. And what keeps manifesting into their life? More of what they don't want. My business isn't growing. It's not where I'd like it to be. How many times have I heard that? It's not where I'd like it to be. Oh, my business. No. By affirming that emotionally, you are manifesting more of it. Wow, you know what? My business has grown. I am so proud of how far I've come. Look at the growth and the lessons that I've learned, and I continue to grow. How incredible. And look at Carrie there. Carrie has been crushing it in her business. She got a new promotion. Carrie, you're doing phenomenal. How incredible. I'm so just like, I love watching you. It's incredible. Congratulations. There's a different vibration level in that. And by sending that out, you take it on. And so the practice of the impression of increase doesn't matter if you're in a 9-to-5 job and you want to start your side business to replace that, or maybe you already have a business that you want to grow, or it's a relationship, or it's just mindset in general. To be able to get where you want, you need to give it out first. It needs to come from within you. So if you want to grow and you're in a job that you want to get out of, you actually have to become more energetic and giving there. Be the best that you can be. Why? Because when it comes to manifestation, it's not necessarily going to come back from the form of your employment, especially if you're visualizing something outside of your employment. Your employment is not where you earn money. It's just how money flows through and to you. But it is not the only source. And this is what you start to learn when you start to manifest, is that all of a sudden somebody gifts you something, or you win something, or there's an opportunity that presents itself, or your investments increase, or. Let go of the how and increase your energy and increase your vibration, increase your positivity, and build others up. Be the best employee you can possibly be. Even in when I think about when I would go to church and they would say, just be grateful and be the best that you can be. I never really understood this until I studied this. I understand it now because if you are the best at what you do, you give the utmost, even in a situation that is not where you want to be, but you give it your all, you show up as the person you desire to be, it will manifest back to you. And it's such a simple practice of leaving everyone better off. Don't snub the cashier off. When somebody cuts you off, don't curse and scream at them. When somebody advances in their business and you desire to be there, cheer them on the loudest. Be of service. Be of a higher energy, and that in which you give will come back to you. Be that person. It's a very simple way to shift your energy and to start manifesting back. And you'll start to realize how grateful you are for all that you do have, and start celebrating those wins. You see, your thinking controls your emotions. And if you're being someone that is saying, hey, thank you for the great service today. Thanks for checking me out. You did a really great job. You have a great smile. That feels good. Rather than being grumpy in the line, all of this stuff comes back. Whatever you send out will come back to you. So leaving everyone with the impression of increase, stop thinking of yourself and start thinking of others, will help you to manifest greater results in your life, more abundance, more prosperity. I hope this is a really poignant lesson for you. I hope you take this to heart. Stop looking in comparison. Start congratulating and looking at all the success around you, because if you can see it in others, it exists in you. And when you start celebrating and putting out that energy out there, it comes back to you. All right, so I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Join me again next week, where I will be having another lesson on our mindset and success and manifestation. This is Catherine Arkema. Thanks for joining me, guys.